What's up? It's your boy Will Motivation back here with another video, and now look who we have here again. We have Roger.
How's it going?
From Essex Auto Enhancement. And you know what happens when you come to see Roger? Great things happen. So I don't want to forget all the work that we did, but going off of memory, everything we did to the Audi. So I had to run out of town, and I figured it'd be a good time to drop the car off. The Audi Rs3. It's a 2022 Audi Rs3 in Mythos Black, and I wanted to get the Maxton design body pieces put on. So we have one for the front, one for the back. So Roger handled that for me, and then also, as you guys have seen on some of my other cars that Roger did, we put some accents in brushed aluminum on the car as well. So we're gonna take a look at it. So maybe I'll let you do the honors of maybe pulling it out, and then we can do a walk around of the mods that Roger did. Now we also did, because I don't want to forget, we also did paint correction.
Yes, we did. I mean, this was sort of it's obviously a brand spanking new car. You have a little over 1,500 miles on the clock. Some of that was obviously getting the upholstery work done, I understand,
yes.
Driving it up to Chicago.
Yes.
As with most cars, even a high-end luxury car in black, there were a pretty heavy degree of swirls already on there. Yeah. As this is your daily driver, it doesn't have the opportunity of being garaged like some of the other higher caliber cars. It sits outside, so it made the perfect sense to obviously get it back to a high gloss finish and really protect it for winter, to make your maintenance easier on it, and just to maintain the look and beauty of that black paintwork. So we did a single stage paint correction on the car to remove a lot of those light swirls. From a cursory glance, I mean, it still looked good, but obviously under sunlight, to really highlight the paint defects, it was pretty incredible what was there. I think I sent you some really good 50-50 shot photos, even down to like the window trim, the black plinths, the piano black trim that's all over the car. So the intent was to really decontaminate the paint. Obviously, being a new car, you've got a lot of ferrous contamination in the brakes and things like that was all up on the side of the car. It had picked up bits of tar and road grime and things. All of that was stripped off, and then the stage one paint correction is effectively using a finishing compound, very light, with a very light cutting compound, just to reintroduce that gloss and the clarity. Let's take
Can't wait. We got a good nice day with some sun.
We do, yeah. So it could be a little warmer, but it is what it is.
Yeah, let's pull her out.
Let's just take a look in the garage too. I mean, it's a bit warmer in here, and then I'll so you can really see the clarity of the paint in here. I mean, if you look at the shine and just the wetness, it does look wet. Oh, and then the other thing to add is we did the permanent tyre dressing on this as well. That's the other thing to add to it when we bring it out. So as I said, I mean, it looked, I mean, it was freaking filthy. I mean, obviously you knew that. Had you driven like through salt or something? Had they salted the roads up that way?
I mean,
the residue almost looked like salt. And I know we'd had a cold snap, and like some parts it had heavy snowfall sort of a week or two ago. I don't know if Chicago had that, but it almost looked like salt. I mean, it took a real good wash to obviously get it back to sort of a stage where I could then bring it in and do the work. So I mean, the wash process, it's always, of course, 2-bucket wash method with grit guards, but because we were doing the extra step of the paint correction, it got full Iron-X treatment. So that's a chemical process in which it unbonds the ferrous sulfate and things from, just the road, but also being a new car with the brake discs and pads and things.
Love that.
Detarred it all, and then obviously got it in to do the clay bar and go to work on it. I mean, you just look at the reflection now, the clarity of the paint. All of the black trim now is just completely solid black. You don't have all the swirl marks and things on it. The tires took quite a bit of work again, even being new tires, because obviously they had tire dressing and things put on them. So stripping them back to a virgin rubber to then get the polymer coating on there to give you that permanent dressing, and then the brushed titanium, which I think just works so well with this glossy black finish. And obviously the lines that you see here, there is a join, but these lines here are your PPF. The PPF wasn't the cleanest install. I don't know who did that, but you can see sort of the overlap of the PPF there. My seam is this very petite, thin, non-protruding. All of the lines you see here, whoever installed the PPF, it is. I mean, it is what it is. You don't really see it as such, but just to sort of give you that information. I also did polish the PPF areas.
You can really see the glass.
Yeah, when we get, I'm looking forward to getting it outside, because I've not had it outside since obviously I've polished it. But I did do a single stage correction on the PPF because it was a little hazed up, and unlike other higher end PPFs, there was no hydrophobic properties built into this one. In fact, when I washed the car, the paintwork was like so dry, and what I mean by that is even after the cleaning process, when I use an open hose just to obviously rinse off all of the residual soap and things, the water just sort of it just doesn't want to disperse. Instead of getting a nice bead or anything, there was no form of protection on the paint. I imagine perhaps when you picked it up there may have been, but all that had long since gone. So it kind of sucked. It just sucks trying to dry a car when it's that stage, because you sort of move the water around. But now it's like true showroom condition.
Yeah, that's great, man.
So do you want me to back it out and we can see what this bad boy looks like in the actual light?
Yes.
But everything, Will, was ceramic coated. Like all of your trim, all of your glass, your panoramic roof.
Okay, so glass too?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I mean, I spent a lot of time doing this, and then there were a number of areas where I charged you for a single stage paint correction. I actually used 2 free combos just to refine the paint.
Appreciate it.
But because I get carried away. I love what I'm doing, and when there's an area like on the sills, and that could have been from when they stripped your seats out. Perhaps you picked up some scuffs along here, picking the heavy seats out when they did the trim work. I don't know.
Man, that looks good.
This was a nasty scratch on here. I mean, I sent you the photos of it. I noticed that as soon as I started cleaning it. Before I even got
it was on the top here?
It was right across here. Oh. I mean, it was like, I mean, you can tell by the photos that I sent. It was like here. It was like sort of 6 inches or something.
I couldn't tell if it was here.
No, it was here. If you look at the photo, you can see the edge of the spoiler that I framed to give you a reference point.
Okay.
All of the lights were all sort of swirly. I don't know if you saw the photos of those.
I did.
So I corrected all those. These have all been ceramic coated.
It looks wet.
All inside the door shuts. I cleaned everything with a horsehair brush, and then right up into all of the hinges and the mechanism. Didn't obviously touch the interior or anything, because that wasn't what we discussed.
Right.
Plus it's literally brand new again. New. All of the
and that kit looks.
All of the wheel arches were clean, decontaminated, because they were filled with obviously dirt and debris.
Man, the kit.
And then the Maxton design. So the hardware that Maxton design supply with the kits is kind of like generic hardware.
Okay.
Sometimes it works okay. With this, it would have been nigh impossible to use what they supply, because you have like a double layer to the bumper here. They supply a bolt and a nut system. There would be no way, because of the thickness of this panel, to actually get on top. I mean, the whole bumper would have to be stripped off for one, which isn't a problem. So what I used was Everbright stainless steel trim fixings and washers, and it's all on there. And the reason that
he's explaining why I like coming to Roger.
And the reason why I like to use that, as I was taught in bodywork and restoration, is when you start using sort of the Maxton design style hardware. If you were to catch that on a curb, or if you were to actually, you would you would just likely tear big chunks of the bumper. Where with this, it's on there because, like when I was installing, I said to my wife, if you want to do a little sprint somewhere in Mexico and you're doing 150, I want that to be obviously on there and not to move as I do on my own cars. But equally, if you were to hit something hard, the idea is with the type of fasteners I've used, it should be able to just rip the splitter off without causing too much damage to the actual structure of the bumper.
Perfect example of why I like coming to you.
Plus, the other thing that I hate is fixtures and fasteners, particularly on a daily driven car or any car, that after 5 minutes on the road all start to corrode. So all of the fixtures that I use are stainless steel. You pay a few extra dollars. I use 50 in total. 50
fasteners.
Yeah.
Oh, for like front and back. Wow.
Yeah, front and back. Yeah. And then they're all specifically
really good.
They're all specifically spaced. And this took ages. All of this is ceramic coated because you get all watermarks and crap in here. This was all etched and stained. I polished all of this.
Before it came here, I couldn't barely see the flake.
Yeah, did you see that? I can't wait to get it outside. So I did a single stage correction on the PPF, because the PPF was, I don't know what brand PPF it is. I don't know if the dealership did it for you or whatever. Yeah. So there's a big, I assumed it was like economy PPF. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It's going to give you the protection from stones and things, but you don't get the other cool properties like you would with a step or an Excel. Yeah. It will still self-heal, but a lot of the latest PPFs not only have better clarity, but they have inbuilt ceramic coating. Okay. As I said, I saw none of that when I washed it. It's sort of a no frills, protects against chips and things, but now what we've done is we've added the ceramic coat on top of the PPF.
How far does the PPF go?
It's full hood PPF. So it's on the wings. It's on most of the bumper. You can see the outline here. You have some gaps and things. But I went around. I went around with a hand polishing, and then I used a little a 2-inch disc just to machine polish and prep all of this before it was ceramic coated. And then obviously all of this was wrapped in the brushed titanium. And then once all this was installed, then I installed the Maxton design. But you have a huge overhang with this. So that's why I was pretty anal with how it was fixed to make sure that it was all flush and tight on the surface. But just look at the reflections everywhere. Yeah. It's like every time I was trying to take a photo to send to you, I was like, God damn it! I'm like in the photo again. Like, I don't want to be in the photo of the sort of paintwork.
It looks like glass. Man, that kit though, man, you can kill the install on that kit.
The front end is crispy.
I like how it comes out.
Yeah, and I mean it's solid.
It's good.
It's solid. And I was really strategic with where everything went. All of your exhaust was cleaned. That was all ceramic coated. And then one of the other things that I'm really sort of anal about, particularly on brushed, is the cheap way to have done this in terms of material preservation would have been to have got a strip and just stretched it. But then, I don't know if I'm the only person that notices this, but when I install any brush material, obviously it's brushed in a certain way.
Alright, so we're here to pick up that RS3.
Crank Lucas in the building.
it gives it.
It brings it along with. Cause this.
Yes.
There's just far too much black on black with the gloss.
Yeah.
You just lose.
You lose
the
it.
detail.
Exactly.
If it was a different color car, I think you would be fine, because I think on some of the other color cars, I've seen them in contrasting colors, but on this package with the black.
It looks good.
Now this is all polished and this pops, you can actually see the extra
the
depth. And it's those little things that the designers, built into the car that you lose sometimes.
Yeah, he did his thing.
He went
He did
crazy.
his thing on it. Oh my God.
It looks even better than I thought it was doing now, so it's like, now I kind of want to
It's like a baby RS6 or something from the front.
Man, that looks good.
Look at that shine.
Alright, so there it is. Done up by Essence Auto Enhancement. We got the Maxton design body kit on there to finish it off. Badly needed, because before the rear end of the car looked like a Honda Ford Escort. Correction. Tire dressing. Titanium accent.
And then the ceramic coating. I like the fact that the sun just kind of come out as well. It's just like, I'm just admiring the work. As much as I love wrapping cars, I love paint correction and detailing and getting the finish onto them as perfected as you can.
Especially with a black color like this.
Yeah,
it really shows
black,
it.
yeah, and I think this is really gonna help his maintenance moving forward. I mean, with the tyre shine, or the permanent tyres, the rest of the coating, and then the ceramic coating.
Chris, killed it. You killed it.
So, as expected, Roger killed it again. He killed it. Look at that. Look at that. So, yeah. We'll figure out what we're going to do with the Hellcat. You guys let me know what you think we should do on the Hellcat. But, man, dang, this thing looks crazy.
Crank Lucas in the building.